Guys, the UFC's first pay-per-view of the year is going down this week, and with Glover Teixeira taking on Jamal Hill for the light heavyweight strap. If that's not enough to get your blood pumping, DraftKings, today's show sponsor, is giving all new customers a great offer. All new customers, sign up for DraftKings using my promo code SONNEN. Bet at least $5 on any UFC 283 fight, and you are going to get an additional $200 in free bets instantly. Yep, that's right. New customers bet $5 on any fight of your choosing, and you will get $200 in bonus bets put into your account instantly. If you didn't know, DraftKings Sportsbook is the only sportsbook where you can combine multiple bets from the same fight for even bigger winnings. If mobile sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still get in on the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers use the promo code SONNEN. Bet $5 on any UFC 283 fight and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code SONNEN only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Well, I appreciate this, and I got to tell you, if this comes around, I will appreciate the pat on the back. Robert Whittaker is now, according to a headline at the dirt sheet that I went to, a leading candidate to be Alex Pereira's next opponent. And I told you guys this a while ago. And we're not ready to announce it. This is not an announcement, this is a discussion. But in all fairness, what I did tell you guys a while ago is if you're going to do a rematch, there are certain ingredients that all rematches have. And Adesanya versus Pereira is lacking those ingredients. Period. Is that the fight to make? Sure. Everybody wanted to do that fight. Would the organization do that fight? Just by example, right? Or if the organization wanted to do the fight, would both of the athletes want to do the fight? I think so. I think anybody's backing down from anybody. I don't have any inside information, but neither do you. I couldn't help but notice conspicuously the one thing missing from announcing that those two are going to rematch, I'm talking about Izzy versus Alex, was Izzy and Alex. Alex went as far as to say, I don't want to do it. Alex was really cool, actually. Do you guys remember this when he said this to Errol Hawani? He said, I don't want to do it. I will. I will do it. If Izzy asks me to, I will. Because he just did this for me. So I will return the favor, but I don't want to. I hope he doesn't ask. This is what he said. And in the meantime and in between time, I never heard Israel Adesanya say that he wanted the fight. I'm not proclaiming for you that he didn't mention that somewhere. I'm telling you I listened to most of Izzy's stuff. I would go in the category of a fan, and I never heard him say it. Moreover, I never heard him say why not. I think that could be a very interesting answer. And I also think I could guess the why not. The why not is, you know what? I'm not going to turn that opportunity down. I'm not going to ask for it. If somebody asks me for it, I'm going to say yes. But if they don't ask me for it, I wouldn't mind taking just a moment. One more training camp. Get in there with somebody else. Come up with a game plan for Pereira, but go and execute it against somebody else. Give me one more opportunity to watch Pereira with a common opponent, in this case, Robert Whittaker, and help to devise and formulate a game plan. I wouldn't mind having those things. I'm not going to ask for them, but if the chips did fall in that manner, I'd be okay with it. That's what I feel as though would have been maybe a possible response, a very candid and reasonable response from Adesanya, and I would have understood. I didn't hear him actually say it. I'm sharing with you that now all of a sudden we're in discussions of having Robert Whittaker. And I do think that's the direction that they should go in. If those boys, and I'm talking about Alex and Izzy, are not asking to fight one another, if the audience, which is you and me, are not begging for that fight, we want to see it, we would like to see it, but none of us have pushed for it. There is no media, there is no headlines, there is no press conferences where they're asking Dana White the question, how come you haven't booked this match? It just isn't happening. And it would seem as though maybe you're in a good opportunity to do something else. I don't think that you're going to have Pereira at 185 pounds for much longer. I think Pereira's involvement at 185 pounds has a lot to do with Glover's outcome this Saturday. If Glover wins on Saturday, becomes the world champion, I think you're going to hear an announcement of an Alex Pereira fight within 2 weeks, and it will be at 185 pounds. But if Glover doesn't win, I think you're going to hear an announcement of an Alex Pereira fight somewhere soon within the next 2 weeks, but it's going to be at 205 pounds. That division of 185 is going to be left wide open. And as far as who you're going to book against Adesanya or who you're going to book against Whittaker, it's likely going to be for a vacated championship. Now, that's a hot take, and not a lot of people share that opinion with me. But I don't think if Alex Pereira hears that I said this, that he's going to come out and disagree. Alex Pereira is not going to stay at 185 pounds any longer than he has to. And he has to stay there. If Glover is the champion or is pursuing the championship at a 205, that's a deal that they made. It's a respect that they are showing each other. I think we can all appreciate that. But before we think Adesanya's out of the Pereira fight, or before we think it's going to be Whittaker versus Pereira, before you do anything, do what Pereira's doing, which is sit back and wait for the outcome of Glover Teixeira versus Jamal Hill.